Now this will be the final video for the 2010 Impreza. I just sold the vehicle to an older woman, and really the brakes should be replaced. The rotors are just so warped, and I want to make sure that she gets a solid vehicle. So we're going to do both the front and rear brakes. You can easily do this at home, save at least $500, and let's do this an old-fashioned way. Classic wrenching, not saying much, no music, just knocking it out. Now, if you don't have an impact at home, just use a nice long breaker bar. You can pick these up 15 bucks. Very cheap and very effective. Now, the pads are new because I just replaced them when we had the frozen caliper. Not sure if the camera picks this up, but it's just so rotted, this rotor. So let's knock it out. And then we have two fasteners holding on the caliper. Make sure that the e-brake is off, 14 mil. There's another fastener or nut that may move along with it. If that happens, we can just use an adjustable wrench to hold it. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. You see how it's moving? Make sure we're nice and snug. Okay, here we go. There's your caliper. Brake pad number 1. This goes in the back, like so. And then you have two fasteners holding on. You have one here and another one right back there. Holds on the bracket. 3-pound hammer, your best friend. Especially if you live in the Northeast or anywhere where you have snow. Okay. Now most rotors accept 8 mil fasteners. There we go. There we go. That's it. So after 15 years, its entire life in the Northeast, 194,000 miles. You can see some rust back here. These shoes I have replaced before. If you're curious, I'll link it below. Also, great time to check the hub. These are pretty darn new. On the old rotor, you have this plug. Remove this plug, and we'll install it on the new one. Now with the caliper bracket, just remove the pins. Okay, these are just rubber boots. There we go. Okay. Nice and clean. Now you can always buy a kit with new boots and new pins if you want, or if you need to. Sometimes when you buy aftermarket parts, the pin that comes with the bracket is too small. That happened to me a few times, so some nice grease. Okay, then we take our boots, put them back on. Make sure they fit over the lip of the pin. Okay. So don't forget to remove the old boot. This is to adjust the handbrake. In other words, how tight you want the shoes and so forth. Okay. Very good. This goes there like that. And then, Mr. 3-pound hammer. Nice and tight. Simple brake jobs are pretty simple, you know, for the most part. Okay, put the pins back in. So the pins are in, we just need to grease up where the brake pad slides. Nice grease. Okay, and then for the front, just like put a little grease where it makes contact. Okay, that's good to go. Mr. Caliper. Now in this case, we don't have to retract the piston because we're using the pads that were on here before. When we do the front, we are going to retract the piston. 2 fasteners, and then we can move on to the front, and she'll have a good car for herself. No need to over tighten these. Let's give them a good snug. These will snap on you if you overdo it. Okay. Just like the rears, 2 fasteners holding on the caliper. Oh, a little tight. The pins we're replacing, so it doesn't matter if they bend up a little bit. Okay. We'll hang that up in a moment. Pretty close. Ugh. Okay. These, I believe, are 17. Now, these fasteners I do clean with a wire brush. Okay. It goes here. This is loose already, but again, just like the rears 8mm, if you have a rotor, I'll show you a screenshot right now, such as Honda's, Acura's, Mercedes, and they use these Phillips-sized fasteners in the rotors. This is the most amazing tool for that. Amazing. I'll link everything below as usual. This slides off. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm just realizing the new rotors, they don't have those drill outs, the 8mm drill outs. So if you come across something like that and you can't remove it, last step, 3-pound hammer, and you just go around the circumference of the rotor. It could take you a solid 5-10 minutes just hitting it, get all the rust loose, and then you can pull it off. So the bracket, I just removed the clips. Okay, the clips that, did I throw them out already? Yeah. Okay, the clips that sit here, just remove them. Wire brush, clean everything. Yeah, for those of you that don't live in the Rust Belt, you don't see snow and so forth, these cars get beat up, really beat up. Really cool thing about this car though, it does have surface rust, but there's really, if you're familiar like with the FJ Cruisers and the older Tacomas and the rust that would just eat the frame on this car is, I don't know what they do in Japan, but they do an awesome job. There's no heavy rust anywhere on this vehicle. Again, surface rust, but nothing that's degrading the strength of the structure. And if you ever do have to get these pins, you see the difference? Hold on. Let me show you. This makes a difference if you're running out and you're buying pins. This was the rear pin. This is the front pin. See how they're different? So just make note of that. Don't get the wrong pin. It's not even a question of money. It's a question of what your time is worth. You know, you don't want to run back and forth a million times. Time is way more valuable. So in this case, using Bosch. And here are the brand new pins. Just a 3-pound hammer. Nice and tight. Okay. Now regarding the brake pads, this one doesn't have a clip and this one does. The clip goes on the rear. And that's just a warning device. When the pan gets low enough, this clip will score the rotor, and it's really loud when you drive down the road. And that's a, hey, heads up, you're low on brake pads. Okay. That's a removable shim. I typically leave them on. Okay, now we need to retract the piston, the two pistons in this case, on the caliper. Now this is something I've been doing for years. Is it necessary? I don't know. I just figure maybe it allows some pressure to escape out of the master cylinder. It's worked for almost 30 years, so why mess with it? Now, a lot of ways we can do this. Now you can buy a tool set. For example, if you're doing rear brakes on a Nissan, you can't just press in the piston. You have to press and turn at the same time. Then you need a tool set that does that. I'll link that below if you do need one of those. But many of us can get by just by pressing in the bore without turning. So just a piece of wood, and I use a C-clamp. And this is also when you'll find out if you have, whoops, a frozen caliper, because if the piston is not moving in smoothly, then it's just frozen. So this is, you can see it's already moving nicely. A little bit more work because it's a dual piston, but no big deal. And as you do this, you keep an eye on the master cylinder to make sure that the fluid doesn't overflow out of the reservoir. Okay, this just works for me. Some guys like to use channel locks. Whatever works, right? Whatever works. But the wonderful thing is a lot of you can do this at home. And hey man, save some cash, right? Save some cash. Okay, let's take a look. That should be pretty good. Okay. But now, if we look at the master cylinder, you see where the fluid is? It's right there. So a little bit more, and it will come out. So I have to keep an eye on that when I do the other side. Now, regarding the pins for the caliper, you want to make sure it's not something like that, okay? You see how the smooth end is up vertically? Horizontal, okay? Make sure it's horizontal, otherwise the caliper just won't fit on nicely. Okay, like that. You see how nice that is? And the whole point why, this is why they're a little bit different than the front, these won't rotate. When you remove or tighten them, okay, these won't rotate on you. So, mallet, that's it. Okay, before we start it up, we've had this car for 12 years. It's been really good to us. Thank you, car. Easy car to maintain, really. It's been a really good car to us. Okay. Whoops, okay. Now the car is not on, right? Obviously. But just press, hold on, the brake pedal all the way to the floor. Let go. Should be hard after a couple times. Hardening up. There you go, rock solid. We'll start it up. I can't back it out. I got a car behind me, but. Okay, press on the brake. And I'll take it for a test drive here in a moment, but that's it, guys. We're in good shape. Hope it's helpful. See you next time.